What if that persistent, quiet hum in the background of your life, that feeling that you are meant for something more, isn't just wishful thinking? What if it's not a fantasy, but a deeply buried memory? A memory of a promise made, a purpose assigned to you, etched into the very fabric of your soul before the first star ever dared to shine in the velvet darkness of space. Have you ever found yourself gazing at your own reflection and for a fleeting moment not recognizing the person staring back? Have you ever walked through a crowded street and felt utterly alone, a solitary island in a sea of faces? These moments of disconnection, of profound questioning, are not signs that you are broken. They are echoes of a fundamental question that has haunted and inspired humanity since the dawn of consciousness. Why are we truly here? You were not conceived in cosmic chaos to simply work, pay bills, and fade into the annals of history. No, there is an intentional, breathtakingly profound purpose for your human existence that transcends the mundane routines of our daily lives. Before we journey deeper into the heart of this mystery, I invite you to become a part of this community. Click that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because the truths we are about to uncover are meant to be lived, not just heard, and you won't want to miss a single step of this shared adventure into the meaning of it all. Let's travel back in our minds, beyond time as we know it, to a state of pure potential. Picture a master artist, a divine intelligence standing before the infinite silent canvas of non-existence. With an act of pure will, a thought that was also a big bang, the universe exploded into being, a swirling, chaotic, and breathtakingly beautiful symphony of light and matter. Galaxies like celestial brushstrokes, nebulae like clouds of vibrant pigment. But amidst this impersonal, cosmic grandeur, the artist desired something more intimate, a creation that could not only behold the beauty of the universe, but could also reflect the very nature of the artist who conceived it. And so, the creator began their magnum opus. This wasn't just another act of creation, it was an act of impartation. Imagine the artist carefully taking a piece of their own essence, their capacity to love, their drive to create, their light of reason, and breathing it into a vessel of clay and stardust. That vessel is humanity. That vessel is you. You are not just a creature of God, you are a being created in the image of God. Now, let's unpack what that truly means. It's not about having a physical form that mirrors some celestial being. It's about carrying the divine software, the spiritual DNA of the Creator. Think about it in the context of a story. A wise and benevolent queen, renowned for her justice and compassion, ruled a vast kingdom. She had a daughter, the princess, who from a young age watched her mother preside over the court. The princess saw her mother weigh evidence with care, listen to the pleas of the poor, and celebrate the triumphs of her people. The queen never gave her daughter a rulebook titled, "How to be a Good Ruler." Instead, she simply lived her truth in front of her daughter. As the princess grew, she naturally began to exhibit the same traits. She would mediate disputes between the staff, share her own meals with hungry children at the castle gates, and find joy in the prosperity of the kingdom. She wasn't just imitating her mother, she was embodying the spirit of her mother that she had internalized. This is our story. When you feel a surge of inspiration to write a poem, to build a business, to solve a problem at work, you are tapping into the divine, creative impulse of your maker. When you feel a wave of compassion for a suffering animal or a fellow human being, and it moves you to act, you are radiating the unconditional, empathetic love that is the Creator's signature. When you wrestle with a difficult concept, seeking truth and clarity, you are exercising the divine gift of wisdom and reason. Many have been tragically misled into believing this profound truth is merely an abstract theological idea, a dusty concept confined to ancient texts or Sunday morning sermons. They see it as a beautiful but ultimately impractical piece of philosophy with little bearing on the gritty reality of their 9-to-5 lives. They have been told it's arrogant to think of oneself as bearing a divine image, but the truth is stunningly tangible and profoundly personal. Those moments of flow, when you are so absorbed in a task that time seems to disappear, that unexplainable urge to connect with nature, with music, with another soul on a deeper level, that quiet but firm inner voice that distinguishes right from wrong. These are not random neurological events. These are the whispers of your divine essence. They are the image of God stirring within you, reminding you of your true potential, inviting you to live out your royal lineage. The beautiful, empowering lesson here is this: your innate capacity for creativity, your deep-seated drive for compassion and connection, your unquenchable yearning for truth and beauty, these are not accidental byproducts of evolution. They are direct, undeniable manifestations of being made in God's image. They are the designated channels through which you can reflect His glory and truly begin to understand the magnificent scope of your purpose-driven life. So, the next time you look in the mirror, look deeper. See past the temporary facade of flesh and bone and catch a glimpse of the divine light, the soul imbued with sacred, limitless potential that resides within. Now, let us venture deeper into the heart of the Creator to dismantle a misconception that has kept humanity in spiritual infancy for centuries. For too long, the idea of God has been presented as that of a distant, austere celestial monarch, a cosmic bookkeeper demanding strict, unwavering adherence to an exhaustive list of rules and rituals. It's a common and damaging misconception that our spiritual journey is primarily about ticking off boxes on a list of do's and don'ts, a desperate striving to earn divine favor through flawless, perfect obedience. But if that were the entirety of the truth, what kind of love would that be? A forced, anxious, transactional one. That couldn't be further from the glorious, liberating truth. The God who knit you together in your mother's womb, the God who painted the sunsets and orchestrated the symphony of the stars, yearns for something infinitely more intimate, far more profound. He yearns for a heart-to-heart relationship with you. He doesn't desire your cold, distant compliance. He longs for your genuine connection. He wants you to walk with Him, to talk with Him, to share your life with Him, and to experience the all-encompassing fullness of His presence. Think of the biblical Garden of Eden, not merely as a historical geographical location, but as a living metaphor, a symbol of the ideal relationship God has always desired with humanity. The scriptures say He walked with Adam and Eve in the cool of the day. This wasn't a formal inspection. It was a walk of fellowship. He was engaging with them, delighting in their company, sharing in their existence. This image paints a beautiful, powerful picture of the kind of intimate, personal, and ongoing connection that God still yearns to have with each and every one of us. This is a profound and essential aspect of our spiritual and psychological well-being. Consider your own deeply human experiences with genuine connection. That moment when you can finally exhale in the safe embrace of a loved one after a grueling day. The soul-lightening joy of a shared, uncontrollable laugh with a trusted friend. The profound healing peace that washes over you when you feel truly seen, heard, and understood by another soul. These precious human experiences are but faint echoes, tiny, beautiful reflections of the boundless love and radical intimacy that God desires to share with you. These are the moments that whisper to us of the healing, transformative power of connection, both human and divine. The nagging emptiness you sometimes feel, that deep-seated yearning for something more, the insatiable desire for a love that never fades, fails, or disappoints. These are not character flaws. These are not signs of weakness. On the contrary, they are the sacred stirrings of your spirit. A spirit that was intentionally designed for a divine connection that only God can perfectly and completely fulfill. The pervasive error, the seductive trap that so many of us fall into, is reducing our relationship with God to a sterile, lifeless set of religious regulations or empty, hollow rituals. We mistakenly come to believe that by following every rule to the letter, by attending every service without fail, by performing every prescribed duty, we are somehow earning God's approval or storing up credit with the divine. But imagine a loving parent who only cares if their child follows every instruction perfectly, without any desire for genuine conversation, shared laughter, or heartfelt vulnerability. Would that truly be love? Would that be a fulfilling, life-giving relationship? Of course not. It would be a hollow charade. The powerful, liberating lesson radiating from this truth is that your faith journey is not a rigid, unforgiving checklist. It is a grand, unfolding adventure of love and partnership. It is about discovering the profound joy of walking hand in hand with the one who knows you completely, every fear, every hope, every flaw, and loves you unconditionally anyway. It's about learning to open the deepest chambers of your heart, to share your most difficult struggles, to celebrate your smallest triumphs, and to allow His presence to flood into every corner of your being. This relationship is not about performance, it's about presence. It's about obligation. It's an open invitation. It's about finding a love that sets you free, a connection that brings profound spiritual healing and an unshakable, enduring sense of belonging in a world that so often makes us feel lost. And so, as we draw the threads of this journey together, can you feel the shift deep within your soul? That quiet whisper has grown into a confident inner voice. That undeniable knowing has become a bedrock certainty. You are not, and never were, an accident. You are not a random speck of cosmic dust adrift in a cold, indifferent universe. You are a masterpiece, intricately designed, deeply and unconditionally loved, and purposefully placed in this moment in history. The reason for your existence, the why behind your being, is woven into the very fabric of creation itself. It is a breathtaking and essential part of God's magnificent, unfolding story. Every challenge you have ever faced, every joy you have ever savored, every question that has ever kept you up at night, they all lead back to this single foundational truth. You are here right now for a reason. We have journeyed through the incredible, life-altering revelation that you are created in the very image of God, carrying within the core of your being the echoes of His limitless creativity, His boundless love, and His profound wisdom. Think for a moment of the immense, unshakable dignity and worth that this truth bestows upon you. You are divinely equipped with the capacity to reflect the divine into the world, to bring light, beauty, and goodness into a world that so desperately needs it. This isn't just a theological concept to be debated. It is a spiritual identity that has the power to empower and sanctify every single moment of your life. Then we embrace the heart-swelling truth that you were made for relationship, not just for rules. Our Creator doesn't crave your robotic obedience. He yearns for an intimate, soul-to-soul connection with you, a sacred, joyous dance of love and trust. He walks with you in your daily life. He desires to share your burdens and celebrate your triumphs, inviting you into a divine connection that offers true spiritual healing and an unmatched, profound sense of belonging. Can you feel that longing for connection deep within your own heart? That is His constant, loving invitation. We delved into the courageous, almost reckless divine decision to bestow upon humanity the incredible gift of free will, with the deep understanding that true, meaningful love requires freedom. This means your affection, your devotion, your very choice to walk with Him is precious beyond all measure, precisely because it is freely and willingly given. It is a testament to a love so profound, so secure, that it willingly risks rejection for the sake of authenticity. And then we acknowledged your powerful, sacred calling to be a steward of this beautiful, fragile earth, a co-creator and a guardian of God's kingdom, here and now. Your presence on this planet is not meant to be passive. It is active, impactful, and consequential. Every single act of kindness towards creation, every effort to bring order and beauty to your small corner of the world, resonates with a deeper purpose, connecting you to an ancient and sacred mandate. Finally, we arrived at the culminating understanding that your life, in its beautiful and messy entirety, is meant to glorify God, not just in grand public acts of piety, but in the quiet, consistent, everyday ways you choose to embody love, integrity, grace, and joy in your interactions. Your life is a living testament, a beautiful, unique melody in the grand symphony of creation, a song of praise to the one who breathed life into your very being. This is the ultimate purpose-driven life, finding sacred meaning in the mundane and transforming your very existence into a continuous act of worship. The ultimate reward, the treasure at the end of this entire story, is the profound and liberating realization that you don't have to do anything to earn this love. You are already worthy. You are already cherished. Your purpose is not to strive, but to awaken to the magnificent truth of who you have always been. This journey of discovery is not a solitary one. It is a path we walk together, illuminating the way for one another. So, I want to ask you something deeply personal. Reflecting on your own life, which of these truths, being made in the divine image, being created for relationship, the gift of freedom, or the call to stewardship, challenges you or comforts you the most right now, and why? Take a moment. Go deeper than a surface answer. Share your personal story, your struggles, or your moments of clarity in the comments below. Your vulnerability and your voice are a vital part of this conversation, and your story has the power to be a beacon of light and inspiration for someone else who may be feeling lost in the dark. If this video has touched your heart or sparked a new light within you, please consider giving it a thumbs up. It helps us know we're on the right track. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming journeys into the profound mysteries of life, faith, and your incredible spiritual identity. Remember, you were created for a reason. Let's continue to explore it together.